It's not exploded. It's not exploded. Okay. I don't know what the hell happened there. It just fucking... It fucking hits. It just went for it and exploded. It's playing an MGS, and suddenly a Gavin started talking to me in the background. For a second I thought Snake started speaking to himself. I am nowhere near that gruff and handsome sounder. Okay. Also, hello. I'll just say hello, Hammer, and I guess hello again, David and Emily. Let's go. Okay. Maybe it was because I changed settings in OBS. I didn't get to test it in time, but I had been experimenting and I set recording to use the GPU and record in HEVC off of the GPU. I forget what HEVC stands for. I think it's high efficiency video codec, something like that. The idea is basically same quality but less file size. And I set that to the GPU, and I think OBS hated that, and it just fucking exploded. It just wiped the recording settings, crashed hard, and just refused to do anything. It seems to be behaving now. I guess I needed to restart the computer after making those changes, because I just set it to sleep. Because that's what I do sometimes, when I just set it to sleep whenever I go to work. And just come back instead. Fuck it, whatever. It's very soulsy. Title page, as I said before. Did you keep the settings I changed? You did. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hopefully this doesn't just fucking die. I wonder how long I was talking to myself before I realized I saw that was dead. Soulsy, you say? Yeah, this is a bit soulsy, isn't it? A bit. Maybe it was the broom of petals that made the fucking GPU explode, I don't know. And it has blood-related shit in the title. Sequel to Bloodborne, fucking exactly. We're fighting vampires now instead of werewolves. Let's go with... fucking... Let's be an asshole about this. I'll give it an actual name when it comes to the actual game. Jesus. It's a standard anime protagonist. Oh wow, there's a lot of base settings, isn't there? Look at this man. Look at this guy. What was this game again? I'm sure you probably saw a trailer for it, forgot everything. This is Namco Bandai's in-house attempt at making a Souls game that FromSoft is like basically fucked off and said, okay, no, we're done. We did our lot. Namco was like, okay, you can go. We're just gonna make our in-house team do it instead. And the in-house team doing it are some degree of the God Eater team. So it looked very God Eater. This man looks like he came straight out of like Shin Megami Tensei. He's got like the blue veins of like the Demi-Fiend. Finally managed to find someone to buy the Guitar Hero drum. Why is that beeping? God damn you, Radeon settings. Was it the game everyone called Weeb Souls? Yeah, everyone called it Weeb Souls because, you know, anything with this art style, everyone's just like instantly starts screeching weeb. 25 euros would be spent on games. Fuck yeah. It's probably someone bought it. Like I figured everyone had their taste of that. I noticed it's not just appearance, like it's actually all like clothes and everything as well. What a lot. Look at this guy. This fucking face paint. Let's go with this lad. Oh wow. You can set your own mask. God bless. This is exactly my aesthetic already. Alright, sick. Oh, you want the fucking radical? Let's go with you. Oh shit. Time to call the cosplay the pyro from Team Fortress 2. Yeah, I'm surprised this is in the demo. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Save. There we go. Yeah, they let you mess up a lot. A tragic case. More chat is more chat. Basically, yeah. All lids all the time. Yeah, that is basically exactly what you think it is. Should have made that one character from the Frozen level, okay, Kingdom Hearts 3, the one that kidnaps Elsa at some point. The random man. I can't tell if I just picked the tall git or if, like, she's just a bit short. So this is what happens when you become a vampire. Okay. I might turn up the TV a bit because it's a bit quiet for me. I don't leave my headphones on anymore. I need to get headphones for this TV here so I can just have the stuff blurring to myself as well as you lot. Okay. Getting up an isekai story. Maybe. I guess that was a healing item, actually. Just experiment. I don't want... R2 looks like I'll probably shoot her. Huh. 16 out of 16. What are you about? But yeah, that's just... Fuck it, it'll probably tell me in a second. I guess, I mean, we got fighter, and that seems to be about it. We're overweight with the second weapon. Interesting. It's actually like a grading system for your stats. Oh, I guess that's the grading system for the code stats. Rather. We are a bit dumb, and I feel like it's weird that a fighter class thing has like D, vitality, and fortitude. But alright. Alright. It's not the hints I was hoping to see. How do I get out of this menu? Oh dear. Ever increasing endurance. Are you sure about that? Do I have to wait for her to finish before it'll let me have the controls back? There we go. Okay, I'm beginning to see now. Let's just keep them all together, I guess. RT and any of the face buttons or any of the D-pad. Active git will enter cooldown. After its effect. I'm still getting wrecked by the damn snake. He's still out. Okay, I see. Will not work unless it's prepared in advance. It seems like a recipe for becoming another Lost. Alright. So you wait, strong as you do. It has a stamina meter, a rather plain looking stamina meter. Dodge is a wee bit slow, which I guess makes sense considering. Naturally, you can just fucking eat anyone's, go to hell, every other vampire. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. I guess we're gonna get like a mage one then to match the fighter. Ah, ranger. Okay. Ah. Oh wow. Weapon too just drops the fuck off. Okay, that's why. I know ranger can't wield their main sword properly either. Yeah. So you can change your class on the fly, essentially. Okay. Ah, a gun. Look at the size of that. Always feast. Code of the Vampires. Alright. Oh, to drain. Oh wow, look at that. A whole lot of fancy animation. This is R1 and X, but that's not doing anything. Defeated Grey Fox, also known as that ninja in MGS, and after that watched Otacon cry, pee his pants, shit and cum for what it felt like at R. Nah, you let him, like, he's just a boy, he doesn't know, like, what he's getting into. God, there's like the mouth effect on this guy. Yep, there's the mage one. Now, if only they called it like Saber, Archer, and Caster. Huh. So I guess that's you. Okay. I don't think we have it, no. The blazing roar. Bloodfire, okay. This is interesting so far, like how you just have it basically everything at once. You just like shift your entire class and fucking everything on the go. Oh, that's curious. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sort of getting the flow for it. It's a bit of a different like flow and movement for like dodging and everything than other games of its ilk. Not just the main ones, like other ones in general. So I wonder if we're gonna like come across anyone else who like manages to break or disappear their blood code. That feels like fairly obvious, like a route for at least one core enemy to take. Keep stressing that you're the only one who can do this, and that makes me think like someone else is bound to bust this out at some point. I have no means of knowing how well the engineered BOR parasite. Okay, let's go with places. I thought it was just like, vampires are magic assholes, but now we got parasites and shit. We're all Magitech in here. Hello. This reminds me that I have God Eater 2 sitting there, and it's the version that comes with God Eater 1 HD, and I never got around to them. I should probably do that at some point. Oh, it runs well enough. Fucking mouth of the skull. It looks worse than it did at first. And I slightly regret this. It's a good thing this is just the network test. Yes, there's a thought. What did you think of like the Grey Fox boss fight at Mountley? So that's an interesting one I find. Actually, I guess right enough, because you would already know it then, wouldn't you? Because it's another one of those things MGS1 just takes from MG2. Alright. Guy's looking a bit worse for wear. Well, just says that, but just keeping a bit of a distance ahead. Yep, subtle. Presume that was meant to be red, but it's just a pure white tree. Yeah, right into the vampirism. Just thinking, this Devil May Cry 5, this fruit is all I need. Hang on. I was busy when you mentioned him, but I found God to be just alright. I actually remember you saying that, because that was like, you got that for like something to review when you were writing for that site a while back, didn't you? Oh, it's time to fight. The head too. Or is it not time to fight then? That one's sophisticated. Yeah. I don't know how long it is till we got these people. Oh, thank you. As long as your heart is intact. That's interesting. That shouldn't make sense because, you know, like, you stake a vampire's heart. Maybe it is just like the general bleed over between them and like one taking after the other, but I do get a bit of a Freedom Wars vibe from some of this. Forgot that violent shit you took yesterday. I mean, this implies that we got really fucking wrecked if we forgot everything. I guess that might be a thing where, like, if you don't save people or whatever, or they keep getting, like, hit and wrecked, they might just, like, fucking forget everything and forget who you are and all. I could see them swinging that. Yeah, I guess that's what that all is. I'm back. Have any NPCs gone yet? No. Not yet. Give it time though. Some mysterious asshole around here. Maybe that one. Well. Great idea, kind of ruined by the typical problems in an early 3D game. It's quite annoying to only be able to move in 8 directions in a 3D game. And during this fight, exact movement is fairly important. Also, the hitbox is a little weird. There was a moment where I was standing inside it and couldn't hurt him, but he still hurt me. Melee attack animations locking in place a little longer than they should. Can't move for a few frames, not that it looks like the animation. I presume ends. It got cut off. But yeah, no, like, you're more or less right. Like, it's a sort of thing, like, if you have a feel for it, you sort of get a feel for how Metal Gear Solid 1 works after a while, so it just becomes like natural enough. It's one of those things where when you get used to it, you can really just punch your whole way through it. It's not a true Souls game until someone does the laugh. We haven't found an old lady yet. Like, when we find an old lady Revenant, that's when. After the Queen Frenzied. That's probably tied to our flashes of whoever that was. Can't move for a few frames even after it looks like the animation is finished. You haven't specified what Project Queen is either, my guy. Yeah. Just this one, didn't I? Oops. See, if I could trust that Namco Bandai would do the same sort of thing from did and just hire, like, you know, like British theater troops and similar for their voice casts, or like TV actors and so on, I would have it in the English voice acting, but, you know, the look of the game and all that, you can tell, I'm pretty sure they just fucking went and got this in like 5 or 6 American anime videos. I haven't heard it, so I don't know for sure, of course, but I'm fairly convinced that's what they do. Okay, that's basically everything he's willing to tell us. This poor man's been bullied. He's got a hole, like his eyes covered and everything. God damn. Letting like their influence on a wee bit thick. Well, the memory thing is a bit of a distinguishing factor. Wee bit. Some kicking rad boots though. Like, Fashion Souls is in full effect. Well, basically everyone too. I see our laugher, I think. Yes. I'm free. I've done it. But you did it all stream, so it doesn't count, David. You know how it goes. But yes, good job. It's for you the second boss of the Neo 2 Alpha. The big snake and his little snaky brother. Oh. You might be like this, Gavin. I'll use the hatchets in the end. I do like that because, you know, just high stance dual swords and I guess now high stance hatchets is just the weapons of kings, like the way lords fight. Oh, in truth, when I was watching you fight it, I kind of got the impression that you'd probably be better off using the hatchets and just throwing them at it instead of trying to get close and engage and get wrapped up in the big tail and all that shit. Nice of them just to have a big open window where all the mist is right there. There's a move you can get with a hatchet high stance that works quite well. Told you, man. Just the high stance, I guess, now dual hatchets. I'll be first then. I do really like this game's aesthetic sense, though. Like, that I'm really down with. This is some Mad Max design, this guy. Look at him. No, she came along after all. Clips through his hood. Well, they gave her a mask after all. He's now defiant. He's no longer humble. He's now defiant. The guy is planning rebellion, though. Of course. Oh my god, Gavin. There's a third thing in the demo, a Twilight version of the first mission. Of course. Okay, it looks substantially more animated than anyone else. I think that's a large part of that is everyone else is wearing like eye-covering masks. And she's not. Well, except for us. And I picked the guy with tiny eyes. The Kodama and the shrine are neither Sudamas. Oh, so Oliver Collins. So they turn up in Twilight missions to help your run the shrine stats or whatever. Fuck me, Oliver. What have we got? The pipe of thraldom and the hammer of thraldom. It's just a half of a heavy concrete block. Let's see. Where did he hide that thing until I? Inside the universal pocket. I noticed we got like weapon storage or item storage, and already we can like teleport between missiles, so that's already a good start. I think I don't know that you're not dead. You are dead. So he's gonna get up later, basically. Years. I feel like you should just burn the corpse then. Before you get into it. Just check the surroundings. Don't know why I didn't do the back attack, but fuck it. He's absolutely gonna die. Like this hunter will appear and just fucking gank him. Just absolutely. Yep. He feels dizzy. So that or he's gonna fucking die. And truly, until ODS until you're hiding you're swinging at corpses. I mean, yeah. Don't trust us. If there's a body sitting there, do not fucking trust it. Okay. So that's our... Use these items while exploring. Okay. Got really annoyed when the game told me I had to look at the back of the CD case to get Meryl's frequency, even though there's no examine button. But I did figure out in the end that it meant the actual physical CD case. That was something I was thinking of, and I debated mentioning it to you whenever we were talking about this last time. Or I said last time on in the chat for David's Neo stream, where you mentioned, you know, like this is like you didn't have a manual to read, so if you had read it, you'd know like this or that, because the game didn't tell you controls or whatever. And I was thinking about that, and that was kind of like, oh wow, wait, that's right, he doesn't have the CD case, so the Meryl puzzle is gonna probably throw him. But you worked it out in the end, so that's good. It is, again, another one of those things where it's, you know, you kind of need a thing at a time. Can we even wield this? Mobility is not normal. Yeah, the dash is not a roll, which is... That's it, it is fucking stylish. I might just like... Can I unequip that, or do I have to keep like 2 weapons at all times? I think I have to keep 2 weapons at all times, which is a bit of a bummer. Must be sad. I guess what I could do is I could like swap that, and then we get our... Yeah, there we go, we got our mobility back. At least it... Or is it like... Oh wait, no, I see. This shit, it's not like, it's not your overall, that's just what you are when it changes depending on the weapon you have equipped at that moment. That's very curious. Just on that note. There's block. There's whatever. That's blood drain. That's roll. It's items. And I miss where it told me how to switch weapons. Up. Okay. There we go. Yeah, okay. In this extra mission, because I think I get armor in the main game for it, but damn it, I want to play it. I mean, you got, like, armor for, like, mask and shit for just beating the bosses. Yeah. In the first one, so... I kinda wish he didn't give me that message when an enemy is running at me. But I get the point, you know, you die, you lose your experience money. Oh. Didn't see you there. Cheeky bugger. A lost broadsword. Queen iron. Upgrade materials and everything. So someone like, yep. On to you. I know your tricks. I've seen that trick like fucking 50 times across the games you publish, Namco, never mind all the other ones. Back up a bit from the enemy so I can read this. Okay, so that's what that meter is. Okay. Enemies could also become focused. That's interesting. Found out that it still didn't shoot properly, and that's why the first fight was so difficult for me. I thought you had to press the shoot button until Snake finished the aiming animation. Then I found out you can just spam it. Oh yeah. Right enough. That's the... That's like the fun thing. That's like... In Metal Gear Solid 2 especially, with handguns, you can just jam the fuck out of the square button and just shoot like mad. And it's so goddamn satisfying. Like, it's one of the most satisfying, like, shooting experiences in all gaming for me. Is just Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, just, like, taking a handgun or, like, a single shotgun that can shoot fast and just jamming on the fucking square button. Just go nuts. Especially if you manage to land all the shots. Oh, we're just over here starting fights. You really didn't have to. I lost bayonet, got a gun. Not a fancy door considering the state of everything else. That on the other side of the door, or is that on our side? Someone over there. Are you dying? You're dying. Rip all over. Yeah, really. He's gonna turn lost on us, I'm betting. He's gonna be like the first boss where he's gonna go lost and we're gonna have to like fucking put him out of his misery. Yeah, I see you. That went a lot easier than I thought, considering the whole framing and everything. They're not... Ah. Fucking combos. No explanation for what that was, Oliver. Was that also just a loss? Do we just become slime sometimes? It did mean up. 6, 6, 6. I also like that about Divine Divinity. You can cast spells as fast as you can press the button, which makes it much more enjoyable to play than other Western RPGs at the time. That's fucking rad. That's an approach to spellcasting more games should take. Just cast as fast as you can hit the fucking button. Hey. Interesting. That fills out your mini-map too. This is not a sit-out one, though, is it? No, it's not. It's just a map one. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Oh Jesus fuck! Where the mini boss was is a different yokai, and I hate it. God, I wish I had fucking access to that fucking Neo 2 alpha. I'd be all over that shit right now as well. We'd just be like all night tonight, just fucking Code V and Neo 2 and just away. Oh, he's going lost. I do love that. The fucking red eye thing. He's gonna break your mask and you're gonna go lost. I guess we got him in the heart? Oh, you're so boned. You should really go back. It was easy to beat, probably due to level, but it's way cooler. I will say I do love the aesthetic of eyes in this game. Like, fucking look at that. It's something I always liked about God Eater's art, even though I haven't played it. It's like the eyes of the characters are always very striking. It's something I really like in a lot of art styles. If you can do eyes really well, like, you're fucking halfway there for me, basically. Most expressive part of the face. Hell, it's just us now and our big fuck off axe. Well, there is parries. Hoping to roll around you, but you know, that works too. I mean, I could learn the parry, or I could just fucking kill you and learn the parry when I can take hits from anything. Chemical light. Fucking keep your eyes wide open. Check every corner as you walk. You said this last time, and it didn't quite work. I just hit the guy. Well, that is unfortunate. Yeah, that is really unfortunate. We're fine. We're not fine. They sort of follow when you like get behind them, but that it's in a way that seems like fairly natural. Like when I roll behind that guy there, he's like, well, just turning to try and hit me, but he was turning like fairly slowly. So, at least so far, it seems they've learned that lesson from. Just counted the games on my backlog after adding Neo to it. There are currently 58 games on that list. I'm thoroughly sure, but like, mine is like, maybe not counting Steam games. Mine is maybe twice that. Like, that sounds terrible, but there's so many things where I just bought games. Like, I can play this now, and then, you know, shit happens. Usually universally happens, and it's just kind of like, well, dickhead, you didn't play it. Gavin, what? Man, look, I will keep buying. I will see games I like, I'll buy and go, I'm gonna fucking play this, and then I just don't get the time to play them for whatever goddamn reason. That's part of the good thing about starting streaming is, I guess, is I can, like, just dig into that. Oh, they've got the backstab to work. Oh, that just fucking killed him, alright. And then before, we're talking across, like, lots of platforms. We're talking, like, across PS3, 4, Switch, like, 3DS, Vita as well, actually. Made extensive use of price cuts, and, like, the fact that most people, like, a lot of niche games will just get cheap after a while because no one buys them, really. But I buy them when they're cheap. I heard you breathing. I'm on to you. Here's the path down. Let's just go see it. That does seem to just end immediately, so we should give that a look. Remember at last count, and this was a count a while ago, I was like at 76 across all those platforms. Something like that. I guess to be fair, like on PS3 as well. Figured something like this would happen. Oh, it's a spear, so you can actually stab it further. This music. Get you up here. Oh wow, that, okay, I guess it makes sense. It's a big wide swing spear. Oi. I do like that combat music. But yeah, like on PS3, 4, and a bit of Vita, like actually, like some of the backlog stuff is like PS Plus games I downloaded and just never played. We're gonna have to find I only add games to that list I actually want to play, not the games where I guess I could maybe play this at some point. That's more valid, actually. Like if I used that criteria, that would probably like cut a lot out. Because the stuff I got on like PS Plus that I don't really like. It's like I could maybe play it at some point, because why not, rather than being something I actually genuinely want to play. And that's even bigger than I thought. Yeah. So to be fair, that is actually fairly big for a list of that criteria. Oh my. I'll have to find some missiles soon. Got a lot of use down here. Let's say nothing of that. I'm hoping we find some missile before we have to fight that. That's unfortunate. You're just fucking dead. Don't know how that didn't reach him. Okay, come on, that should have got him. That looks up Ross, but is one of you gonna get up? Not you, maybe. Okay, this is one we can sit at. Okay, that's good. That's the shit we need. A local pennant. I presume it's one we can sit at. Yeah. It's not one that, like, once you purify, you can't sit at. Ones you just activate can. Okay. Okay, so rather than upgrade individual stats, you just upgrade. You just level up. Okay. I guess with the pals, it actually like upgrades your blood code, technically speaking. But we're just basically going to use fighter for this the whole way through, I think. I said I want to play MGS2 right after the first game. I want to take a break from it for MGS for a while. I feel like, I guess it depends on your mood by the end of Metal Gear Solid 1, but I feel like if you have the will, I would actually recommend playing Metal Gear Solid 2 next. There's Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 actually like really matter to each other, or rather, Metal Gear Solid 1 matters a lot to Metal Gear Solid 2. Then, like, there's a split. Like, Metal Gear Solid 3 is off in the 1960s, like, backstory game, so you're fine. Just, like, stopping there before Metal Gear Solid 3. So, if you can, I would recommend going into 2, basically next. So you got it fresh in your mind. And then, like, you can stop then. Well, you can stop now, to be fair. There's, like, you can stop now, because you probably won't forget everything about Metal Gear Solid 1, but I would recommend doing 2, like, right after 1, and then stopping. Because, you can, like, 3 has no direct bearing on, more or less, it is tied to them in, like, fairly critical plot ways, but has no direct bearing on, like, their active plots or anything. It's because it is a backstory game. It explains a lot of stuff, but doesn't, it's not one like directly tied to the others. Interesting. Just start the tutorial. Whenever I see shit like this, it's always just like, that's the most ominous shit you could possibly show me. Just a lone, like in one game like this, there's a lone figure standing in a room, especially a wide room. Gives me the fucking shits. Don't notice me just yet. I could have sworn he was moving. Don't notice me just yet, because you're definitely fucking crazy. No, I can't lock on to him. Just being cautious. It's coming up at your back with a huge axe. I feel like you're probably gonna stab me in the back, let's be real. But, fair odds. I would, like, let's be fair. I was about literally to try and do that to you until I saw that you weren't, on my lock on. Stranger. Every time I see the Ease X information being posted, I remember it's PS4 exclusive and I become upset. Yeah. I feel like there might be a PC version eventually, but the problem is that the PC version will probably be made by NISA. And if you remember anything about Ease8's PC port, you'll realize that's just a fucking tragedy of the highest order. Okay, that's unfortunate. Is that you? That was you, okay. Good. Yeah, you got any more? Right, how do I want to do this? You don't say. But we have but one life to live. Yep, there's the second one over. Ow. Change back to the axe, my guy. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Need to get rid of that git. He's gonna die. And that is tragic. Fucker. Yeah, he's dead. And so am I. Yeah. Should have guessed, really. I really love the story so far. Every time I get frustrated with the gameplay, I immediately forget about it. Oh, he's back with us. Sick. What's the next story segment? I also really like the atmosphere of the game. Yeah, like, Metal Gear Solid 1's gameplay hasn't aged the best because it's from the PS1 era where, like, they had, like, DualShocks where they tried the actual twin analog sticks or any analog stick at all had only just been introduced. But they weren't the standard yet, so like a lot of games at the time, which were designed to be used with the D-pad primarily, it's not great with the analog stick. I dropped. I dropped my dude. It's fine. Are you angry about getting wrecked by the things? The only way forward through here is to those things again, isn't it? No, there's the down path, I guess. Well, I feel like that loops us behind the big guy. Ultimately. Yeah. It does, but that actually might be to our advantage. Pardon me. Yeah, why not? Doesn't count as vision, does it? Alright, can I get this to count as your back? God damn it. Right, one of the big problems gone. So we'll loop around, we'll go down the ladder, and then we'll get the guy who's like, just has a sword, like who's standing up here by himself. Yeah, E3 is very soon, and I'm interested to know what's going to go on. I'm actually genuinely interested in Microsoft's show, and that might sound nuts, but like last year was just them basically just being like the promo show for fucking everyone because Sony was off sniffing their own farts, and because Sony is again off sniffing their own farts, I get the feeling Microsoft are going to be the guys where everything that isn't Nintendo stuff happens. So just I feel like you have to really bury yourself in their back to activate the backstab. It's the impression I get, anyway. How are we gonna deal with this? Maybe we can, like, loop around there. Hey. I can't wait for Gavin's big E3 commentary stream. I have given thought to doing that for, like, Nintendo's, but it requires, like, wrangling either David or Chris to come along with me, because I don't, like, I could, I guess, do it myself, but I feel like it would be better if there was, like, two of us bouncing off each other, at least. Do it! I guess to be fair, like, by myself it wouldn't be, like, bad or anything, because if, Nintendo comes out with, like, here's a bit of Metroid Prime, like, nothing substantial, just a wee bit, I would just start screaming and not really stop. For an action that's really big, it doesn't reach as far as I think it should. I just recognize that animation. Oh, nice, focused. Yeah, that went a lot better when I actually, like, used my fucking brain for once. Are there AI followers in the Souls games? There are, sort of. You can, like, you can summon NPCs sometimes. Like, some NPCs will put down, like, little signs you can, like, call them at, and they'll walk around and fight with you and be assistants. Usually, the people you summon are going to be other players most of the time, if you do summon. But there's nothing really like this, where there's just one guy who just keeps to your back, follows you around, like, just has a little chatter, just in general. Well, one, two. Nothing quite like that. The only Metroid game I've ever played is the demo for the DS game. How dare. Like, if you're ever interested in like Metroidvania platformers, like easily like fucking, hey, easily like fucking like Super Metroid, Zero Mission, to a slightly lesser extent, well, not even slightly, like to a lesser extent, Fusion, which is like a lot more linear and wordy, but it's still pretty good in its own right. It's just, I don't think it's as, it's still a pretty good game. I just don't like as much as like Zero Mission, which is, and then you know, like Super Metroid is like the fucking crown jewel still. Hello. He did just drop down. And Metroid Prime, yes. Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3 are also all fucking great games. All in slightly different ways, too. But they all come highly recommended. You know, that other M, you just skip that. No comment on that? Oh, could that really be? There it goes. You know, we got our blood bead. Well, a blood bead. Which means someone's gonna be mean to me when I try walking up here after touching this. Yeah, no, we're gonna get up there and someone's going to be mean to me. Oh. Slightly underneath. Boosts the blood resistance. I guess that's against, like, ranged attacks, then. Yeah, well, take that one. I don't think I've actually went into, like, focus mode yet, but it's worth having. And we don't have this shit to max it out fully, because we only have one of those awake things. Alright. This is sorry, my man. My blood mutates. What can I tell you? Yeah, someone's gonna be nasty up here. That's what makes me worry. Queenslayer blade. Hey, it's our sword from. I use a lot less stamina per swing as well, so I might keep that as our main for a wee bit. I think I've also never watched a playthrough. Of all the big game series in the 90s and 2000s, Metroid is probably the one I know the least about. I would easily recommend getting into them. Like, Super Metroid is like the fucking model for like how to make like a Metroidvania and like how to make an explorative game, and it's basically like a masterwork in a lot of ways. Like, as insane praise, I know, but it genuinely is. Like, it's just a fucking masterwork of game design. And then Metroid Prime is also that, in different ways, but also that. That gives me the fucking willies, it does. Yep, figured there's gonna be something like that. And then, you know, like, they are really good games. I would highly recommend playing them for yourself, but, like, they are fun to watch, especially if the person who's playing knows, like, really well what they're doing. Because then you get really entertaining shit. Who knows, I might do Super Metroid on here at some point for Gales. I did want to get one of those, like, Super Nintendo Minis. Or, like, the Super Nintendo Classics. Because, you know, why not? And that's just HDMI. And I'm pretty sure that, like, if that doesn't have Super Metroid on it, then, you know, just fuck it. I'm just cracking it open and putting Super Metroid on there. But, you know, I'm pretty sure it does. I would definitely play Super Metroid at some point because I own this SNES Mini. Ah. His lake was formed from a hole created by a thorn of judgment. Fuck me, you got some range, don't you? SNES and Mini of Super Metroid would be done with it, and it would be, but you know, as we learned just like this past week, Nintendo will sometimes just completely arbitrarily do stupid things, just because. I know. Is it every time I walk near the ledge, you're gonna have like a shit about it? Am I making you nervous? I see you. I know your tricks. He does too. Although they're ludicrously patient. It also has Secret of Mana, which I'm kind of excited to play at some point. I would easily recommend Secret of Mana. Translation is like, you know, it's an early Super Nintendo translation for a game that has like a lot of text restrictions, but for raw gameplay, really fucking fun. It's like one of the founders of action RPGs as we know them, I guess. Also, 3-player. Well, 2-player, really. But it could have, like, 3-player. Actually, well, no, it was 3-player, wasn't it? I forget. Genuinely forget how many controller ports were on the original Super Nintendo. Because I remember playing Bomberman a lot, and you could have, like, it would always have, like, you could, like, pick 4 characters, and I don't remember if we could just, like, set all 4 to be human or what. Although I do remember, like, on PlayStation 1, which only had, like, 2 controller ports, Hudson just released the fucking, they called it the multi-tap, where you just plug more controllers in. You could 3-player. So the Super Nintendo did have 4 controller ports then, didn't it? Or did it only have 2 and I'm crazy? Not the SNES Mini. The SNES Mini only has 2 ports. Okay. That's what's throwing me then. Back on the surface. Someone's gonna fucking get us. Probably Oliver. Oliver's probably back on the surface, like, screaming. Is that you, Oliver? Oliver, have you hurt the girl? Shocker. I love this music. Oh, you hurt the waifu. Oh, we fucking rage tonight, my lad. Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. Oliver Collins is our first boss. Try the roll there. Too late on the draw. That's just nasty. You really, like, when you're healing, you fucking commit to that. Like, you really don't get out of that shit at all. There's a good, like, almost a second you have to wait before, like, that lets you get out of it. Get away from that. Figures, doesn't it? Fuck me. I think that could have been a bit of a better indicator for that fucking blast move. Like that. That's just me being too greedy. Wait. I kinda could live without this when you're on low health, I must say. Well, left at least. Maybe I should have like switched the caster and just pelted him with magic. Yep, getting away from that. Don't die, stranger. Yeah, that's what I get. Oh, wow. Oh, you resurrect when you're in focus. You can't, I guess. That must be it then. That's interesting. Oh, we knocked him out of it. Fucking eat it. Got his hammer too. It wasn't for that like falling into like focus and not letting me just fucking get back up after being tanked. Would I have to do that a second time? Yay. You gonna break it then? Or is she gonna like work magics with it? Oh wait, no, that's gonna be how we get fucking like blood codes, isn't it? Or is it? Must be, right? So you wouldn't be going like, ooh, if you weren't. Go on, eat it. Crunch that shit down. Blue this time. I do love the glow in the eyes and all that. The game on the SNES Mini that surprised me the most is Street Fighter 2. I enjoyed this game far more than any other traditional 2D fighting game like BlazBlue when it comes to gameplay. Like Street Fighter in general, or like 2 specifically? Get the girl some bloody shoes. I would if I could. I guess a trip down literal memory lane, huh? Ah. It is a trip down literal memory lane. Cerberus soldier. Sorry. I'm sure you're sorry. This is pretty rad. Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting is the game on SNES Mini and also the only Street Fighter game I played. Fair enough, and you probably just like really like the... It's like, you know, that is like the granddaddy, I suppose, of like basically every modern fighter now. It's like Street Fighter 3 that basically set the standard, so it's probably like this the... It is really good, like it is very technical in its own right. Oh, did you both get pulled in here too? Well, I figured you would, but you? Maybe just like the... Because there's no like bones about it, there's no like mad dodge, like cancel break techniques into like combo lengtheners or whatever, it's just raw fighting. Which I can get behind. Yeah, you must be tripping balls right now, huh? Security Enforcement Unit Cerberus. Yeah, I didn't either, to be fair. Get the sneaky suspicion you're one of these hunters. What is this? They're fucking crazy eyes. Really should get her some shoes though. Berserker vestige core. Yeah, sure enough, it's a whole new. It's a code. Mind effects, stamina, drain speed, and light gifts. Light ones. Is that light as in weight or light as an element? I would assume element was like light and dark ones, right? That'll be like blue versus red ones. Both melted into you. Is that what they call a three-way? That's a good shot. Jill. That's a pretty metal name, to be fair. I love this game's the aesthetics. Why do they sometimes wear masks and sometimes don't? I'm guessing it's like proximity to the red mist, like wherever that lurks. It's like because the mask is especially like a purifier that keeps the Miyazo from turning into like a fucking zombie demon, a hell vampire. And well, you know, we're not anywhere near the mist at the edges or throughout the middle of the city, so we're good. This is more like it. Some like Devil May Cry aesthetics over here. The Office, not just the series. Especially over here, good lord. Piano. Your name's Io. Okay. At least now we know. Something about light, I'm betting. Helpful. probably some fragment of the queen that was killed. I imagine that Cruz or Crux, however they want to pronounce it in the tutorial, like in your mindscape, was probably the queen. And Io here is like either some fragment of her, descendant, like daughter of her, or something related to her. Oh. Well, no, I just feel bad. Hey. Whoa, look at those knockers. Yeah, Chris knows what's up. Speaking of. How did you get this car in here? Gavin. What, dude? The Forge boss on Twilight is bullshit. I can't sell to you yet, no worries. How did the quote go again? Nope. I'm not actually sure if it's a. Oh, we can just change our appearance shit here. No worries. It's nice. I'm glad you can actually change that then. If you look at your guy from the front, his nose vanishes. It just looks like he just has a big beige blob in the middle of his tattoo. Yeah, right? And I think that's the point, because, you know, skull face. It does stick out a bit now you pointed it out, though. Why does your guy look like a douchebag? Because you have no sense of taste or style. The mouth is a bit fucked up in cutscenes, though. What's your deal? Lewis's friend. Oh, Luigi just suddenly sprung away because of a small bird chirping outside. Alright. Weapon one. Mirasama, yeah, you're weapon one. The wizard. That's his children's favorite clown on one of the stickers. Like the knife or like a like that has like vampire fangs in it. That's a sense of style. That. Look at you. Fuck me, look at your armor. Provisional government. Yes, what was I gonna say? Been completely sidetracked. There was something I was gonna say at some point there and I completely forgot what it was. Apples, do we have wine glasses? That's rad. Green is... The depths. So is that just like our levels and dungeons, or is that like a chalice dungeon sort of thing? Luigi's like gotten up, curling a different ball from where he was, but he's still like glaring daggers at the window. I'm handing it out to everything, so... Alright, sick. Hey, we actually have a whole on room. I wonder if we can get stuff to just fill it out with. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, just right here. The bath is just in the public. Is in public. All right. Read your shit. No. Can't nick anything, but at some point we're gonna come down here, imagine. He's trying to sleep or trying to pretend he can sleep, but he's just fucking like slowly glaring at the window. Why are you even trying, my son? Just go to it and have a look. Blood type fortunes, of course. Did you just come up with void type 9 to describe me, or is it something that's been like conceptually known and theorized? It sounds like it's a thing that already exists, or at least, or he's talking about it like it already exists because he's just coming up with it as he goes. You want me to go kill something and eat it? Oh, I see. Don't get any like flashy like vampire biting. Don't see us like seductively biting his neck or wrist or anything. Hey. That makes a lot of sense. He was doing it like he had like the warp dash even when he had like a big hammer. Not a hammer, like a full on like sword. I love when the girl in the background looks like she's weirdly tilting forwards. Is that just because of her chest, or is it because she's like actually just... No, she's wiggling a bit. Well, wiggling. She's wavering very slowly. Right, hello. I can't talk to you over your toolbox. Even here, you must engage in capitalism. Genuine, like, well, I mean, there is a provisional government, so there's clearly some kind of like actual vampire society here. Strengthen humanity for some. That's probably Mirasame then, right? Would you like this? Yeah, you hated that. And you've taken it as well. Well, shit. So I guess that's a gift system then? You have to treat it with your own, like, rather than blood to make it actually work, of course. Glow sticks. Everyone's using them to exchange messages. I feel like that matters. At some point you want to like use that to like chat up an NPC or something. Hello, my son. Oh, kitty cat. Oh, the bird won't let you sleep, will it? Huh. Let's see, a zero, like a waypoint marker, I guess. Ah, okay. I like that it specifies, like, oh, they actually do have different poisons, but, you know, it's just so rad it beats all of them. I like that little touch. Leak. A true warrior is able to tempt the enemy into acting. Too right. That's a bit pricey, though, for what we have. It's not really. Is it still bright outside for you, or are the streetlights bright enough for you to see it bright outside? I don't think he can see it, because, like, from where he is, and, like, the way, like, the window is, and my bed in front of it and all, like, he can't actually see it, but he hears it. Like, it's just chirping out there in the tree in the back end of the backyard. It's like it's up there and it's just chirping away, and it's loud enough to be heard, at least by me and him anyway. And it's driving him apeshit. He's just glaring at the window because he can hear it, but he doesn't know. He hasn't gone over to it to have a look. He's trying to sleep still, so he's sitting on the end of the bed now, like the wee banister of the bed. Fucking like sitting here trying to like lower his head. He's all, oh, you're tired. I can tell by the way you're closing your eyes. You were enjoying your sleep before that bird tempted you, weren't you? All the noises to wake up to, though, you wake up to the bird. This game's been making like roaring noises and booming noises and all that. Doesn't give a shit. Bird goes, just fucking like looking out, just glaring. Do you have a name, by the way? Pardon me. It was an early start today, I'm afraid. So I'm half dying even now. I like there's just katanas and then immediately everything jumps to giga size. Alright. It's just a network test. So it's, I see. It is just a gift system. That sounds like she likes it. Should have given the pen to her thinking about it, given all these stickers. Yep, there we go. Receive items, that's not tempt fit. Wonder what that says. It's too loopy for me to make any of it out, but it all looks like kanji anyway. Well, middle one maybe not. Andre is still best smith. Isn't what looks like giant blood canisters in the back of her thing? Heavy X. Yeah, we already have these two. No worries. White blood veils. Queen Slayer Claw. Slayer Claw too. I guess these are just the color you have, because like this is specially dye, but they all seem to have like the same stats. Unless I'm misunderstanding something. Yeah. Oh, I think the bird is like flown or something because he's suddenly sitting up and standing up, eyes fucking wide. Yeah, I think he's seen it now. Chatting streamer. Any hopes for Ninty's E3? Actually, yeah. Like, I got a fair bit of hope for Nintendo's E3 because there's quite a few things they could roll out. Like, besides like giving us like a release date for Demon X Machina, and like, you know, showing more Fire Emblem. There's also stuff like Bayonetta 3 has been quiet for a while, and I'm pretty sure like now is the E3 where we start going somewhere with it. It's like for new games, because I noticed your list here is like all new stuff. Like new Wario Land, new Advance Wars. I wish for a new Advance Wars. That would be so good. I'd fucking die if they showed us a new Advance Wars. Paper Mario comes back, and Pikmin 4 finally shown. Also, not Ninty, but give me a new Rayman game, Ubisoft. I feel like the only way that's happening is if Nintendo explicitly pays them to do it at this point. Ubisoft's executives seem to fucking hate Rayman for no actual good reason. This doesn't sell 5 million copies. Whoa. For new stuff from Nintendo, to be honest, I don't really know. Like, I'm also looking forward to what they already house, and this is, like Metroid Prime 4, Bayonetta 3. For new stuff, like the Wonderful 101, like give that like a Switch re-release, I'd be fucking over the moon. I would die. I would just scream. But for other new stuff from them, like, well, I got a 3D Mario for the generation. I got the first 3D Zelda of the generation. Oh, well, I say 3D. Like Link's Awakening remake is also 3D, but you know what I mean. Like the first that big style Zelda game. So at most, like the second big style one will be like at the very end when the Switch is swapping out for like the Switch 2 or whatever. Well, I've already seen like Luigi's Mansion 3. Pikmin 4 would be cool, because I would kind of hope they'd go back to like Pikmin 1 or 2 style instead of 3. Not that I've played 3, but I watched Chris stream the entirety of it, and just from having watched that, I would prefer going back to 1 or 2 style. Monolith Soft, like, they've been saying interesting things about like the RPG they want to make next, like after Xenoblade 2, and talking they want to make like a full like R18 game that has like, you know, like extensive violence, just fucking like raw, like fucking mature themes about fucking people being naked and hideously violent and all the rest of it. And like, you know what, absolutely fucking go for it. I want to see you guys do that. I guess we should go talk to Lewis again. But oh well. Shit. That's the end of the Code Vein network test. Don't really think or care much about E3 except from some weird entertainment from the show itself. Still enough no Nintendo stuff to play, so don't care much about new things. Valid. Also, yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Oh. You can switch your partner from a missile. You got a special blow code, a high difficulty depth map. Ah. Toto. Okay. So that's our special blood codes. Man, you usually get quite a bit, don't you? These ones seem a bit madder than the other ones, considering their stats. Thought. Oh wow, that weight limit is like 120. This is just the motherfucker one, isn't it? Look at that. Luigi, what are you doing? But yeah, like, I say like, I'm quite enthralled by this. Like, I really like the world. Like, I really love the aesthetics of the game. Like, art style, like, the way the game looks, everything. Music's pretty fucking rad. Plays well enough. I think like about the only issue I have is that some attacks, like, are a bit, some enemy attacks are like a bit, like some of the big guys, like massive swings, don't really seem to have like the force or weight they imply. Like, yeah, like there's no, it doesn't have like, it just kind of goes. It doesn't like fucking like wind up, swing like super fast and then slam and like a bit of dirt rise up. Just kind of swings. And occasionally like there's the odd attack that isn't telegraphed the best. It just kind of either happens immediately or just kind of, enemy suddenly launches into it. But that's about it. Like the rest of it is like pretty good. It controls pretty well. There's a lot to digest, but once you get there, like it comes together pretty well. I didn't experiment with it much because just equip fighter and beat the shit out of everything, but I really like the idea of having all these effective like classes that just completely change your stats like on the fly as you switch them. Which I guess you could just change in the middle of a dungeon or whatever, presumably, just as you need, and just like equip different weapons and all that. They fight like different hazards or different enemies and hello. And all the rest. That's pretty cool. I've only been at like an hour and 45 minutes. I'm gonna leave Grand Blue Versus for tomorrow because I got into that beta too. I'll leave that for tomorrow and just go in and fucking wreck house. Next game. But I think we'll try that. We'll take a shot at like the greater difficulty depths that the game was suggesting we do. So, yeah. Begin training. That's not actually what I wanted to do, but why not? Let's have a gander. Lightning ball. Pardon me. I wonder if that actually keeps our Icar used, because we used it in training. Be unfortunate if it did. This is rad, like look at this. The fucking bikini cop sticker, like who took this fridge and designed it and put these stickers all over it? Which of you was it? I have to know. Oh, hang on. Okay, I'll open the door. You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to move. Oh. Like I need to get out the door if you want me to open it. Alright. Go on. Turn the light on. Flame on the fridge. Har. Like, look at this. It's like the fucking, like, gun range target and everything. People around here have a sense of style. That will restore our Icar Force, actually. Yo, Davis. He's a much more reasonable voice than he looks like he should have. Like the way, like this, the massive shoulders in this armor suit. How would you rank Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Sekiro, and Nioh compared to one another? From the best to worst. I admit the top one is like pure personal preference for its like aesthetics and style and its world and all that and characters, but all that does really matter. Up top is Demon Souls. That's my personal favorite of the bunch, just because why not Dark Souls 2? Or Demon Souls is at the top. Then for me there is Nioh. Nioh's still number 2, I think. And then comes Sekiro. I just preferred Nioh's combat system because it just encourages like mad aggression and just like switching stances and basically pushes into like technical action Devil May Cry territory. Sekiro's combat system is also extremely good and it has a lot of stuff I really like, and I just liked Nioh in general a lot. Just better. Like it's world and also its characters. Actually, I was quite fond of William as a character, and again, I prefer his combat system over Neo. And Sekiro's like more defensive oriented style. It's like Demon Souls, Neo, Sekiro. Then I would say, Bloodborne. Bloodborne is like really good. Again, like a lot of like aesthetics matter a lot, but I also just really like it's more aggressive, faster gameplay, and the style. Just I love the way it handles itself. I really like the Lovecraft aesthetics. I love its boss fights, even though there's not as many of them. After Bloodborne comes Dark Souls 1. Really like I know there's like 4 games above it. That doesn't mean Dark Souls 1 is like mediocre or middling or whatever. It's also really good. Really like Dark Souls 1. Cause it's like it's the standard setter for everything that came after it. It's really fucking good. I just again a lot of it's like I like the world and all that, but also like I prefer how Demon Souls mechanics and all worked, but Dark Souls like iterations and like experiments and stuff that change actually all work really well. Like the way it changed magic system to like a instead of an MP bar you can just constantly refill. It's like a D&D style. You have a limited amount of casts per spell you can use and all that. That was really interesting, really cool. Chat up with him. And after Dark Souls 1 is Dark Souls 3, which is beginning to push towards the mid, is, I would say, like, in the series, like, in this style of game standards, I'd say Dark Souls 3 is closer to middling. I do enjoy it, but I feel like it has, like, a lot of the issues of the series, like, you know, it's a lot of the issues it ran into, where they began either trying to get too smart for their own good, and were trying to, like, get meta against players. So a lot of bosses will just have this shit where, like, they'll have, like, a big wide combo, but instead of leaving themselves open, they'll suddenly have, like, an extra 4th or final hit or whatever. They'll suddenly, like, spin around and hit behind them, because, like, they're like, oh, the players will go behind them at this point and get them. You know, a lot of that sort of design philosophy where it's like, we better, like, just patch the holes people find, or, like, general strategies people find. I also just wasn't that fussed on a lot of its bosses, because it's a lot better than Dark Souls 2, but like a lot of its bosses are just kind of there. Good designs on a lot of them, but they're like a lot of them are just kind of there. It's just a straight slug fight, not much. You just walk in, you just both twat each other until one falls over. Not much finesse to it. And after Dark Souls 3 is a big fucking gap where we go from the games that are good, the games that are great, to games that are good but have issues. Then there's a big fucking gap, and then we get to the games that are shit. And in the games that are shit, there's Dark Souls 2. Like, okay, it's probably been, based on what Hammer said, it's like been patched up and fixed a lot. And, like, Scholar of the First Sin probably does a lot, and like the DLCs sound interesting. It's still shit. Look, I played it originally when it came out on PS3, and it's shit. It's just bad. It's bad design, badly implemented. It's just, you know, like, it's the least inspired. Has like the least inspired bosses and designs and world of all of them. It feels like very slapped together, like when you get to the top of the poison mill and then suddenly you ascend above the mill and you're just suddenly at like a, what seems like ground level at a fire castle sitting in a sea of lava somehow. Stuff like that. Oh boy. Goal of this quest is seek 3 keys, guard powerful enemies. What is the vicious loss that needs to be defeated? Be prepared for a ruthless battle. It's crucial to fully upgrade your character and try helping each other in online. Recommended level 40. Before we touch that, let's just have a gander. Level 4. I get the feeling that I was probably also a bit under leveled for the actual boss of this place. At least based on the fact that with 3-shot. Well, maybe not. Because, like, early bosses can, like, 3-shot you in the Souls games. After Dark Souls 2 isn't the worst one. It's pretty fucking bad. It's the worst of FromSoft's like Souls games. It's the worst Dark Souls game. In terms of games in that little genre, that little area, The worst one has to be Lords of the Fallen, which is even worse than Dark Souls 2, because it's all the problems of of a bad Soul style game. It's also hyper linear. Almost everything you fight is just some form of dude in armor, and occasionally a nasty beast, but usually also has armor on it. It controls like shit. It runs badly. It's just it's extremely hyper linear, as in it's just down to corridors and the corridors. It's bad. Or the Fallen is really bad. I have the Surge on PS Plus, and all I've seen of the Surge tells me that it's probably also pretty bad, but I haven't explicitly played it, so I can't rank it officially. But I imagine that's probably also on the bad end. But yeah, there you go. That's basically of all the Souls and Souls-like games I've played. That's like best to worst. Basically, just play all the FromSoft ones except for Dark Souls 2. Based on what Hammer said, get the DLCs as well, because good shit. I haven't played Dark Souls 3's DLCs, but I intend to, especially after what he's told me about them. And then also play Sekiro. Well, I guess that's one of FromSoft, so yeah, just play that. Play Demon Souls if you can. You need a PS3. They haven't done a remaster or re-release yet for whatever fucking reason. Sony is involved, I'm sure. Do Demon Souls, the Dark Souls 1 and 3. There's no running through story, so you're fine. And then play fucking Bloodborne, Sekiro, and then play Neo. And yeah, that's basically about it. And I guess Nye, at least based on this, Code Vein is looking like it would fit into the good end, in my opinion. We shall see, of course, but I'm quite jazzed by this network test. This is actually pretty. We can go here. 83%. Let's walk to the boss arena and walk backwards a bit. Have a little down there. Probably not getting to the recommended level 40, but we can have a little down there and experiment a bit. There was that really big git. There was a really big git who I never fought. And as Gavin seems to be wrapping up, I'm going to start doing the Kobe myself. Yeah, basically I'm wrapping up. It's just going a bit of a dander, see what we missed. Well, I say see what we missed. Just have a little walk, see if we can see anything that we can see. And then just call it here. And then tomorrow will be Grand Blue versus. Do the fire. Oh. Wow, okay. They would have a fog door though, wouldn't they? I'm guessing we can't actually go anywhere, but that is good to know though. You'd have to warp back here and then walk from this point out either side to get the new areas that aren't just special challenge stuff from the depths. That's the way we came based on the minimap, actually. I noticed the dots showing our past path cover all of my skittering around the boss arena, around the boss. And I don't know how to feel about that sort of judgment. I find that very judging. Can we climb down? You gonna let me down? Seems like it. I think I reckon. No. This door is closed, so that's a chest. Now we haven't been through here. Alright. Remember hearing that Demon Souls and Dark Souls were difficult because they just designed the game in a way that made sense and the difficulty came naturally. After that, they made Dark Souls 2 or 3 just difficult, even when it didn't make sense from a design standpoint. Because the series is known for being difficult. That explains 2 a lot. That would be 2 you've heard about. A lot of 2 stuff was basically designed to be dickish for no reason other than, oh, the series is known for being hard, so we gotta be hard. So you get stuff like enemies that will just unnaturally just rotate on the spot as if they're on a rotating dais. If you try to walk behind them, they'll just mechanically spin on the spot without moving their body or legs or anything to try and stop you from getting behind them and stuff like that. enemy attacks, especially in like at least the earliest versions. It was hard to tell if it was a difficulty thing or just like poor implementation. But like you'll get stuff like boss weapon comes down, hits the ground like a foot to the side of you, and you still take damage because even though it hasn't physically touched you, its hitbox is just that wide. Like not only like not only like it's physically touched you, like it hasn't physically touched you, and there's like a visible gap between you and it, and it just hits you, just take damage anyway, and shit like that. It's very unrefined and very just bad design all over the place. Sometimes in the name of difficulty, sometimes in just because it fucking can. Yeah, this is the start, isn't it? Because there's that corpse there. There's like we came down or we started here. Yeah, this is just the start. Yeah, but okay, so that just loops us back around. And I noticed we actually have footprints here. Yeah, I mean, their allies will always just shout at you if you're like standing next to a pit to tell you not to fall. At least it's nice in the care. Yeah, it's just gonna loop us around, and I know I'm gonna die horribly for even trying it, but let's go back and try like just stepping into like the really big hell zone and see how long it takes to hit something that just fucking destroys me. Which will probably be the first enemy, really. Yep, go here. Like Dark Souls 3 did pull back from that a lot. Like they reined it back in. I actually think like certain bosses aside, Dark Souls 3 is actually fairly easy as the series goes. Gavin, did you have to use a USPSN to use the code to download this? I did not. No, I got like Namco Bandai sent me like an email saying, "Hey, like you're in our club, like our club Namco thing. Come here to get a code for Code V," and so I got it. This was Namco Bandai EU, so I just got it through that and redeemed my code, and then now I just got it. Your code isn't working. Oh shit. Do you have like an American account? Like try it in that maybe. Yours was US. Huh. Hard to manage that. Can I remember my US pass? That's weird. How'd you manage that? Dark Souls 3 definitely has the hardest bosses in the Dark Souls series. Are you considering DLC? Or like are you actually talking about stuff like oh fuck's his name? Unnamed King? Oh god, I forgot his name. The big git riding the dragon in the fucking Dragon World. Talking both main game and DLC. I don't know about. Well, I guess it is like a personal preference and also like a playstyle thing. Me being like the meat lord knight as I am, like in terms of like Dark Souls 3, the bosses I found like particularly hard were like Pontiff Sullivan, the big king fucker. I initially had some difficulty with Volnir, but that was like, whatever. Like that's just one you just adapt to or just have the raw stats to kill skeletons with. That's fair. That's also like a strange one because that one's actually like got like a more than just a slugfest. You gotta like actually do things in that fight. This was one where we had the final boss in Calamite that's real hard. It's interesting to me because like I was consider some Dark Souls one of the bosses that are actually like fairly hard, and Dark Souls 3 I find like just generally quite easy. Even like Unnamed King is like once you realize like harder like a certain way to fight him, fucking pissed. Like he just falls apart. Like it's just easy. Like it's almost brain dead to like fight him with a certain type of weapon. But and like Soul of Cinder can actually like so Unnamed King is fucking easy of any range, honestly. That's basically it. He's especially easy if you have a crossbow. Like a crossbow that has like heavy bolts or whatever, you can just fucking tear him apart. I'm so scared of him, and they just threw dark balls at him. If you fight him in melee, he's actually like one of the hardest bosses in the series, and like it's actually like a really fucking exhilarating boss because like you're on your fucking knee, like your fucking toes all the time, and then he puts you on your fucking knees because he just cuts your fucking head off. But yeah, like otherwise outside of like those two though, like I can't really think of any Dark Souls 3 bosses I would call hard. I haven't played the DLCs admittedly. Like, I guess like maybe like Dragon Knight armor can be like kind of tricky because of like the fucking like dragon thing sniping you, but otherwise like the actual guy himself is just a dude in armor. I mean, it's a fairly routine fight. The princes can be tricky depending on if like depending if like the AI goes like I'm just gonna fucking Excalibur you over and over again versus just fucking like not teleporting all the time. Can't remember my USPSN password. I guess I'm not playing Code Vein after all. How did it even get to be a USPSN code? That's strange to me. Oh shit. There's fair difficulty and unfair difficulty. Something can be easy but still kill you randomly and therefore be unfair. Something can also be insanely difficult but still be a completely fair test of skill. Yeah, this is true. This is a balance I'd say like Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 actually struck fairly well. And that Dark Souls 2 completely fucking missed. And that's why Dark Souls 2 is really bad. Like, it's the sort of thing where if the game is, like, really tightly controlled and well designed, any failures can basically only be traced back to your own user error. And if that's the case, then that's a completely fair test of skill. Dark Souls 3 is mostly that, with some exceptions. Yeah. Just stare into my eyes. Final boss is fucking amazing, though. As in the boss of the last DLC. I'll have to get around to that at some point. Fucking, like, get those DLCs and play that. I love him. I remember your write-off. Yeah, I think... Oh, actually, you know, I didn't actually go in and look at the thing. I got distracted by more Souls talk. Let's go in, have a gander, get fucking destroyed, and then I'll probably call for the night and be back with me getting my ass kicked online because we're going to be playing a fighting game and I'll get fucking owned. If I win even one fight tomorrow, that'll be enough. Depths. So yeah, I guess this is like some sort of be prepared for a ruthless battle. Alright, thank you for streaming. I'm not over just yet. We're gonna get into a fight down here and then we'll be done. Hello, one and all. That's not too bad. Please move. Oh, we actually got the backstab on that. Yeah, okay. Just immediately fucking destroyed, but we were focused, fortunately. And the burst attack destroyed us. Yeah, okay, just don't have the raw stats for that. I guess before, like, it is a big guy. Perfect well as a weapon and holds all the power it had during Operation Queenslayer. Could have, like, formatted these a wee bit better. Probably not have time to watch. Tomorrow is a friend's birthday. No worries. And happy birthday to your friend. I got fucking destroyed. Hard as everyone else. Alright. I'll be Code Vein. I'm looking forward to this. Like, this is actually getting to sit and play it and see all like firsthand. It was actually like really good. Like I'm actually my excitement is like reignited for this night. I've actually played it. Just fucking champing at the bit to get back to this and see the rest of it. Quoting himself saying, "Alright, thank you for stream." Cheeky kid. Yeah. Thanks for coming out and thanks for watching. I'm gonna tomorrow, Ground Blue versus. I don't know when. It might be a bit earlier than usual. It depends on... Because the Ground Blue versus one actually has, like, sessions where, like, the online mode is active. And at the same time, they did say, like, when it's offline at any point, there is, like, a CPU match option. So even if it is... I guess that gives me some freedom, but I like to play against people. So I'll try to aim for, like, one of the online sessions. Which might mean playing in the early afternoon instead of nighttime. We'll see. Yeah. See you tomorrow then. I'm going to fucking... I don't know, I have to go find my cat actually. Because he's wandered off and he's either going to be hungry or like attacking things. So, yeah. See yous.